Following total atomic annihilation, the rebuilding of this great nation of ours may fall.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Adama Sangwin. Welcome back to Tenpines Bluff. This is going to be part 2 of rebuilding the ugly house here. I'm still up in the air on if part 1 was deleted by YouTube or whether I shut the hotspot on my phone off before it finished uploading everything from my PlayStation. I don't know, but for reasons I put that edit up and deleted the old one that even though it showed deleted. Anyway, long story short, here we are. So, do you guys notice that the textures here look a little better than the video yesterday? Now, I don't know if it's just because better graphics is actually working better now, the graphics and weather mod, but I did notice the mist, and it was a lot less rain, because I noticed the last time I was here doing this build, it was raining like literally like every day, at the exact same time every day. But anyway, we're going to start it off by putting these Assaultron. This is the Assaultron Dominator. This one, they tend to make that little clicky noise with their feet, and it's kind of annoying. I don't know if I could blame it on autism, could blame it on Asperger's or whatever, but I get annoyed by such little things. But yeah, so I put them outside. I have settlement borders expanded, so I generally will put them outside my borders just to keep them outside, and they do a pretty good job. That way you don't really hear them. I usually do one with the stealth blades and one with the shock blades on the other side. So here we are back out. As you notice here, I placed this center platform here connected to the standard wood platform that was connected to my ladder, and wanted to get that immersion in there. So I did make it look a little bit like a shack bridge by putting that standard piece of plywood on top of there. I thought that looked kind of nifty, just to make it look similar to the old one and a little bit used. I was going to put the there's one of the pallets that has the broken pieces in the center, but it actually clipped through the little piece I put there. So we're going to put up some of these railings here on the outside. Most of them did clip to the first one. That's another good reason to use the standard, at least until you get it in there. Get it in there, I said. This is the standard double wall there, or fence railing, whatever I call it, platform railing. Did try to see if I can get the other one in there just to make it sit. It doesn't really float that bad, but I decided to swap it out and go with more of this. Where is it? No. I was checking to see if the green one looked a little different, but neither one wanted to go there. No worky. So we're going to replace that with the one with the this one right here. Burk. All right. And let's see. Oh yeah, since it was floating there, I wanted to even up just a little bit, just nudge it over. Oh, God, gotta love the controllers. I have my setting on my controller set pretty low. Maybe I'll have to go max it to 0 for sensitivity. But yeah, these ones are actually the, I love working with the corrugated metal, shack metal. I don't know if it's from my childhood. My dad used a lot of corrugated metal. But I just got a thing. I like how it actually looks. And, most of the interior buildings in Diamond City have this corrugated metal, which is why I used it on the public occurrences building, just because it originally had that corrugated metal. And, yeah, I like how that looks. Pretty nice, pretty nice. And that one was kind of floating there, so I wanted to twist it. These are the HT panels. I don't know what HT stands for, but I like how those looked on there. Nice, very nice. Just wanted to break up the get the different pieces of railings in there. Because if you guys have watched any of the older videos that people have done on YouTube, generally they'll use the wooden pieces, but I like mixing up just to keep it up. I have the pieces available, and I could do more mods that can make this look all clean and pretty. But I am really getting a kick out of doing this more. I can see why certain builders like Sardeliac get a big kick out of using the dirty pieces. I used to be against it. Now I'm kind of pretty much about 90% for it, but I like using my clean mods when possible. I ended up taking one of these pillars off the other side, or platforms off the other side, and I'm actually going to put a private porch up here. Could be a general porch, general purpose porch, because privates and generals. Military joke. Haha, funny, so funny. Okay, not really. But yeah, I was watching a video online of somebody building some old shacks. And I kind of liked how this taller one looked. I think I mentioned that in one of the other video. I don't know if that was the one that got deleted. But I had liked how the tall one looked. So, but because of that, it didn't want to fit up against that. But it does, I am able to scooch it back and make it actually not snap, but it does float very well on the edge. I think they intended that on purpose, just to get that little bit of overhang. But I noticed once I get it on there that there is a little bit of that shimmering effect, which means it's overlapping just a little bit. It's the nice thing about these is I can move it just a little bit. If you're just very gentle, just a little bit, we can get it. Get it. Come on. You know you want to. Get off of the edge. Stop shimmering. Listen to me. Stop shimmering. There we go. Nice. Very nice. So that also gives your settlers 2 different ways in and out of the house, which is pretty nice. As you can see here, a little bit, well, I did put a little bit of the decorations up. I put some more HT panels, which is similar to the railings out front. And I put the larger ones in there just to break up the, so it wasn't just all concrete in here. I really like how that turned out. I like to do them, is that like a mioling? Mioling, is that how you pronounce it, mioling? I guess that's usually your personal belongings, put them out as art. But I just like putting the pictures up so that they look like several pieces there. But once I got that up there, I was just like, eh. I was really missing having a window on the other side, similar to the old build. So I had to probably, I think I just decided to go with this one. Yeah, there it is. That's the same one that I had up in the original build from last month. And I kind of did I mention in the video that got deleted? But I had mentioned that I'd done a similar house to this last year. Didn't know what to call it. You know, it was the doghouse, Frankenstein house. But anyway, yeah, I really like how this looks. I got the red rocket sliding door in here. Pretty nice so far. And let's see. I can put that back. There we go. Nice. Clips on. I think that was the other reason I went with that, just to cover up that wall. Nice. And we want to put in a nice, I'm going to put in a nice chunky roof in here. There we go. Wanted to see how that looked from the outside. Cool. Gives it that whole nice covered porch look. I know they say sometimes that less is more, but sometimes I just can't stop myself from adding stuff just because I kind of try it out as a test. But I really like the peak up there on top of the, well, was going to be a private patio. It still can be as long as we leave the wall off. It could still be a private patio. But yeah, I liked how that actually looked. The original piece that I had, I just kind of moved it up here just to see what it would look like. I thought it looked kind of nice, actually. It gave more depth to the front of the house. Again, more ugly. I mentioned in the video that got deleted that my idea for this house is, you know, maybe interesting, but mostly ugly on the outside. And then once we get on the inside, you know, it looks, you know, the settlers know what it looks like. Like, wow, this is actually a nice house in here, but from the outside just looks, you know, interesting. So these walls are just the standard house or half walls from USO, half shack walls. So these ones don't actually snap, but they are very squishy. They work real well with the pieces from the same tab, from the USO tab. And don't need that anymore. But yeah, it's looking pretty nice. I really like how this is almost like an extra room. I could put like, I don't know, maybe you know, some crafting stations out here. We'll see how it goes. I'm actually, you know, I've probably got enough footage now, probably about 90% done with this build. Still got a bunch of, some more decorating, some furniture to add. So this is only, you know, my second day on this. I've already done 2 more days ahead. I was able to sync in the stove based on an idea that I saw Red Rocket TV do. And I wanted to see if I can actually add one myself. The animation is a little quirky, but I think it looks really cool with that nice sunken stove there. You guys should try it. So now I've actually, if you look here on the outside, I've already added in another patio out in the front, or I guess this would be the back of the house, and already started to do the raised garden. I do end up taking these windows out later on, but so I spent a lot of time trying to get these all lined up. Now these little corrugated metal do stay, because I did really like how they looked. They just gave that nice closed off feeling from the rest of the world. You know, keep everything out of here. And I figured any gunshots coming up, they would actually not take out any of my plants. Hopefully, unless somebody chucks a grenade up in here. And if that's the case, the windows would have kind of protected from the grenades. Can't stop bullets, but yeah, you can see there I actually windowed it off. Figured that'd be a nice view. Once you see, probably it's not going to be until I think part 3 of this that'll be showing you what I did there. But yeah, so I was able to get the little room closed in there. And actually going to have a, have I added it? Yes, by this point? I can't remember. But that down there is actually going to be the watershed below this staircase. I'm going to put some walls up too. But we wanted to give our settlers a way to get in and out of here. If they decide to go to the left or the right, you know, as much options for the settlers as possible. That way they don't get stuck in corners. You know, but at the same time, you build too much, then the the NPCs can't keep up, and they just end up standing in one spot. Which is why a lot of times you'll see those big giant builds where settlers don't go anywhere. There's several mods online that those huge, humongous builds, but they didn't get their pathing done correctly. Because I've used the pathing mats in USO, but they don't really work really well. I use them in, I guess they work in some places, but some places not. But I use them in Violetta's trailer base, and my settlers would get inside the trailers but then get stuck. So I'll probably never use those trailers again, except for maybe a player home. That's about it. But yeah, NPCs don't path in those trailers like at all, even with pathing mats. But yeah, so, and we're gonna put a little wall in here, just starting to fence this off, or wall this off, which is why they call, you know, walling it off. I like these wooden ones. These again are in the white siding in USO integrated. These are just the reskinned shack walls. I like to get that nice barn finish. Again, mixing up my pieces, making it all look like, you know, the pieces were scavenged throughout everywhere. There is that old house on this property. I believe that old house is actually red, but I moved that off, so you could say they kind of, you know, ground down the wood. Don't know why I did the nighttime stuff here, but you know, so I apologize leaving this in. I know some people don't like in the nighttime, so I did get my Pip-Boy light on this time, which is pretty nice. I'm actually going to be putting some HT railing up top there, just to kind of cover the holes. I like doing that. If you're going to use the railings to make it look like a water drain off. And these walls were a pain in the butt to align because it was really hard to get the alignment. So here in a moment, I'm going to jump us back to the daytime, because I already did it out several times. I don't know how many times it took me to align those walls correctly. So here we are back in the daytime. It's about, I don't know, 6 in the morning, something like that. But it looks pretty good. So decided to pull them all back out. They were kind of crooked, and decided to old school pillar glitch in here. By about video or part 3 of this, my PlayStation's starting to chug along as I do, because you know me, I like to over decorate everything and overbuild. So most of this house is pretty much taking up my budget that this settlement can handle. You know, guys don't know that all settlements have their own budgets. You know that, but they are script, even interior cells, which is, you know, they're not meant to handle certain things. Your build budgets are there for a reason, but when using mods such as no settlement building budget, you can go overboard very easily. And you'll start to notice a difference. You'll start losing audio on some of your clipping or some of your snapping. Concrete is a good telltale sign for me. I'm getting too close, because when you try to place the concrete, you won't even hear it snap. So be aware of that if you're using the budget mods. Or the, yeah, anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. But yeah, I like how this is going, but it was a pain in the butt to get it in here. But I think it had to line it up with that one pillar there. Alright, I think that's the final one. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Well, we are coming up on the end of this video, guys. I do appreciate it if you made it this far. I think we're going to make some adjustments here off camera, and I do appreciate taking the time. I am Adama Sanguine. I love you all. I'll see you next time. I'm out.